What's up, football fans? What's up, all sports fans? This your boy JB, host of the Behind the Bench podcast network and channel, giving a shout out to the rest of the crew on this Monday. Shad, Kelvin, Jermaine, KB Film Room, and Big Dog Talk Sports. That's right. Everyone who's tuning in, thank you for supporting Behind the Bench. Subscribe to the channel, help make this show the best that it can be. Let's talk some NFL action. This is week 4, people. Week 4 of the 2025 NFL season. It's been a lot of great games so far, man. And I tell you what, this is not my squad, but I've been really peeping this team over the past couple of years, man. And I'm referring to the Baltimore Ravens, who lost yesterday on the road versus the Kansas City Chiefs. And you knew the Chiefs were not going to lose that game. You just knew it. I think everybody knew it, man. And, the Chiefs are trying to turn their season around after starting off 0-2. And you just knew that they would rise to the occasion and win that game. And the Ravens, man, like a team that has talent all across the board. Offense, quarterback, running back, receiver, tight end. They have it, man. But as I've been saying, they're missing something. I think part of the issue is, as I mentioned last week when I talked about the Ravens, they're missing a leader. I'm talking about a bona fide leader, man, who can galvanize the team and get them prepared to go out there and do what they need to do. They miss a Ray Lewis, man. And it just shows you how great of a player and what Ray Lewis meant to that team, the franchise, and the sport of football, man. They missed that. They missed that. Number 2. How can I say this, man? Lamar Jackson, I've been a fan of Lamar Jackson ever since he entered the NFL. Matter of fact, during his college years at Louisville, won the Heisman Trophy, the whole 9. I think the problem with the Ravens, when you get in the postseason, you have to play positional football, meaning the dual quarterback strategy, it can make you stand out during the regular season. It may even lead you to win MVPs. But come postseason, your elite teams with strong defenses that know how to counter and neutralize the dual quarterback. And I'm not saying Lamar Jackson relies on the run exclusively. But what I'm saying is, at some point, number 1, you have to let your running back be the feature runner on the team in the postseason. Number 2, you have to be able to defeat the opponent at the quarterback position playing inside the pocket and only scramble when absolutely needed. When you're dialing up plays for your quarterback to run, it's taken away from the running game. And I believe overall the league is starting to learn how to counter that style of quarterback play. I believe that's part of it. So he'll get a lot of yards. Lamar Jackson, he may go down in history as gaining more rushing yards than any quarterback that's ever played this game. He's a prototype of like the original probably dual quarterback in Fran Tarkenton, who was like probably ahead of his time in a lot of ways. And then you had other exceptional, like I would say, Roger Staubach. He can scramble and run when needed. That's why they call him Roger the Dodger. Legendary quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys. Then you had, the Steve Youngs of the world, the Randy Cunninghams of the world, then Michael Vicks of the world. You know what I'm saying? Even like a Cam Newton, somebody like that. Now, Josh Allen, he can run the ball, but man, he can throw that ball though. And that's ultimately that's what's hurting Buffalo. They need a solid runner, man. If they had a running back, I'm talking about like a bruiser back who can pound that ball in the fourth quarter, they probably went to the Super Bowl by now. But the Ravens, I think Lamar Jackson's play, he's going to have to dial back running the ball and playing inside their pocket, man, in order to excel in the postseason. But what's going on now, you know, after losing 3 out of their first 4 games, that's what I said, the NFL, man, is so real because they're going to study film on you individually and what your team do, and they're going to force you to make an adjustment. That's what I love about the NFL, man. And that's why, as legendary football coach Jerry Glanville, while he was coaching the Atlanta Falcons back in the early 90s, he coined that phrase. He said, the NFL stands for not for long. You know, you'll be having me selling groceries, not for long. And I believe that's what's going on with the Ravens right now. And also, as an organization, their approach to football, they have deviated from what made them great, and it's defense. It's defense. That's been the staple of their franchise ever since, you know, they moved to Baltimore from Cleveland, the original Cleveland Brown franchise, and they changed their name to the Baltimore Ravens. And they kind of started off as a pseudo expansion team and whatnot. But their staple that made them great was their defense, dog. They need to get back to that, you know. And I believe that's what's causing the flux in Baltimore right now. That's just my observation. But I'm telling you, man, when they say, "Oh man, you got next year, bounce back, come back next year," man, in the NFL, due to the every week is high stakes, man. It's of consequence and momentum. And it seems like last year when you brought in Derrick Henry, who was the best power back in football, and he ran for 1,900 yards, that's probably the best chance to get in there in the Super Bowl right there. And so usually when a running back have a big, like you look at Saquon Barkley, he ran for 2,000 some yards last year. But this year, he may only rush for maybe, you know, the standard 1,200, 1,300 yards. You know, it's hard to duplicate that type of production at the running back position. But the difference is Jalen Hurts is making plays in the pocket to lead the Eagles to victory. That's why they starting the season off 4-0. That's one of the major reasons why they started off 4-0. So the difference is, to me, Lamar Jackson, they're going to have to at some point, and he just got hurt. He pulled a hamstring running the ball. You see what I'm saying? So what it really comes down to, the dual running back position, it can get you a lot of yards and a lot of praise during the regular season. It may even get you MVP award. But come postseason, you're going to have to play that position in the pocket. And I believe that not really featuring the running game in the fourth quarters to wear the defense down and returning back to what made that organization great on the field, with the defense, that's what holding the Ravens back right there. That's what holding the Ravens back right there. And Kansas City is their nemesis, man. they nemesis. And I'm not saying Kansas City going to the Super Bowl, because I will say this. Josh Allen and the Bills, this may be their best opportunity to get to the Super Bowl. And if Josh Allen ever led the Bills to the Super Bowl championship for that city after losing them 4 heartbreaking Super Bowls in the 90s and the many tough defeats they have suffered throughout his franchise history, if he ever led them to the Super Bowl championship, Josh Allen can retire there that night on the field. I'm dead serious. And he'll get a statue. So, but I just want to drop that gold nugget, man. Ravens, to me, need to get back to what made them great, man. And it's their defense, and you play off that. You know what I'm saying? A la Ray Lewis, Ed Reed, and Terrell Suggs. But I just want to drop that nugget. Leave your comments and thoughts. Until next time, JB, BTB, behind the bench.